Welcome to another episode of Millennial Investing Explained. Here's today's question. Arguably, one of your most controversial ideas is about goal setting. You believe goal setting is keeping people broke, while numerous other successful people have touted how important having goals are. How are goals keeping people broke, and what should they do differently?
These people that sell the idea on setting goals are generally people that, first off, are not very wealthy themselves, and they have an info product about how to hit some goal, whatever it is, and they want to perpetuate this idea to sell their product. Here's the issue with goals. They by nature have a start and an end date, right? If you are thinking right now, I want to start saving up because my goal is to buy the car or buy the house or buy the watch, then when you hit that goal, you then have to reset and come up with another goal, right? So first off, we're assuming that society has the ambition to do that, which is a big assumption, by the way. The second thing is you're not actually creating any underlying long-term value that will consistently add value to your life without you putting more time and energy into it. So what I tell people to do is, instead of focusing on the vacation or the watch or the house, I call that the golden egg, you actually want to focus on the golden goose, right? And make the goose healthier. Make sure the goose is working out every day. Make sure you're feeding the goose, the best protein bars money can buy. Because if you do that, the goose will produce more golden eggs faster without you even thinking about it. And so the idea here is create systems that you then layer on top of each other to keep generating this output. And before you know it, you build great systems and you're going to have a new $1 million house basically created for you every single week if your systems are creating that much kind of economic value. And that's where actually compound interest starts coming in too, in terms of Warren Buffett and how he thinks about compound interest. Before you know it, your goose is promoting and producing so much economic value, you don't even know how to reinvest it all. It's coming out so aggressively. So systems, not goals.
How does someone stay on track then if they don't have goals? How do they know what they're reaching for if they don't have a goal to reach towards every day?
Well, first off, we are forced into a lot of goals. Colleges they force you, Robert, freshman year, they're saying, commit to a major, pick a major. You and I don't know what the heck we want to do as freshmen in college for the rest of our lives. That's ridiculous. And the idea that we're going to do that same thing the rest of our lives anyway is slim to none. In fact, the likelihood that anyone listening right now is doing the first year out of college what they studied to do is probably slim to none. Very rarely is there a direct correlation between college and real life. So my point here is, when people are thinking about what to do each morning, it shouldn't be how do I go to my 9 to 5, save up some extra money to buy that Rolex watch in 6 months. It should be, what systems can I build today in my free time so that I can free up more of my time in the future and still create economic value. And so the beautiful thing about building systems is you can actually feel them growing daily, versus goals happen once a year when you hit them. And so this will look like your calendar having more free time on it, right? You're freeing up your time. This will look like you figuring out unique ways to turn $1 into $1.16 over 12 months with 16% return there via systems you're building. Maybe it's real estate you're investing or a friend who you're backing. And so the goals should be, system oriented instead of kind of consumer, hunks of depreciating metal in the form of a car, those kinds of products.
Absolutely. The systems help perpetual go forward, and indefinitely they help you build bigger businesses, build a bigger income, things like that. Whereas, like you said, the goals, they have an end date. And once you're done, you feel a sense of accomplishment, and then you're not as hungry, you're not as motivated to continue on.
The best goals, by the way, are almost the ones that are unachievable, because then you always have that as a motivation, and you will always have that as a carrot your whole life to work towards.
That's all for this episode of Millennial Investing Explained. Be sure to follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook, or subscribe to our YouTube channel to get even more free content.